Hey there, folks. It's Francis here at Magic Mist. Francis Vapes. And today, today my camera operation is not working well. Okay. Today, we are going to try something different. Yesterday, I posted a video with my first experiments with titanium, so today I am going to try and do twisted 30 gauge titanium and try to hit a lower resistance. This is the wire that I'm using. It's just grade 1 titanium. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and switch views. You'll notice there wasn't a pause in there or anything like that. But anyways, this is where I'm building here at the moment. Can't seem to get that to steady out. Sorry about all this. Okay, now we're going to take a piece of titanium wire here. I'm going to go about 2 feet in length. Because I'm going to want my final twisted piece to be about a foot. So I need twice that in order to get the length that I'm looking for. So about 2 feet here, somewhere in that area. Titanium is very springy, I've noticed. It's a little bit, it's not more difficult to work with than nickel, but it's definitely different. And, you know, the first few pieces I used definitely appeared that they had a little bit of machine oil on them, and this one kind of does too. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can focus a little better. But it's kind of, so it's a little dirty, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. And I'm just going to use some Purell and a little piece of paper towel. And I'm just gonna kind of give it a good wipe and make sure that we're using a clean piece of wire. And as you can see, there was a little bit of residue on that wire. So now it's looking a little more clean. So we'll go with that. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of wire and I'm going to kind of fold it in half like this. I'm going to line up my two ends here, okay? And then we're going to put them in our drill chuck. It's still too high for you to see there. Okay. So we're going to put them in our, still can't see that. About now, that's better. Okay, we're going to put them in our drill chuck here, and we're going to tighten it down. Okay. Oop. Need to have both of them in there nice and tight. Okay. So you can see now. Hang on a second here. You can see I've got that that in there pretty tight. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to hold the end of it. Okay, got my pliers over here holding that, and I'm going to hold it tight, and then I'm going to spin the drill. I'm going to make sure that I've got, like, try to get as close as possible to what I think is the middle, so that I'm even with the tension on these. See how I've got tension? There's no slack. Okay, so now I'm going to start spinning. And you can see it start to. You can see that it's starting to spin together, twist together there. See if I can get it to focus a little better. Oh, I don't think I can get it to focus right on. There we go. So yeah, I'm just going to keep spinning it. And you can see it twist tighter and tighter. Oh, and I ripped it out of the chuck. Pulling a little too much on that drill chuck. We'll go ahead and we'll get it tightened back down in there. Okay. And now we're going to continue twisting our wire. And you'll see it, the twist getting tighter and tighter and closer together. And I'm only kind of just pushing that drill trigger about a third of the way. And it's starting to get a nice tight twist. Oh, it came out again, but I think we're done. Yeah, let's go one more. Let's put it back in. I think what I'm doing is I'm ripping the wire, yeah. I'm ripping the wire. This 30 gauge wire is thin, so you know what? I'm just going to go with this. Okay. Hard for you to see that. Camera doesn't necessarily want to focus. Let's go with the. Okay. Whoa! All right. I'm going to deal with this, guys, I promise. I'm going to have a better camera here soon, I promise that. Let's just move this over a little bit. Let's go to like right here. Okay. Okay, so you can see now I've got a nice tight little twist on this. Doesn't want to focus on it. Videos will get better. Alright, well, at any rate, I've got this twisted wire. So I've got an empty RDA here where I've taken the build out. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and I use steamengine.org to try and calculate how many wraps I think I'm going to need. And I'm going to go around a 3mm screwdriver. Okay, using a 3mm screwdriver, and I'm going to do about, I'm thinking about 7 wraps is going to put me in the neighborhood of 0.2 to 0.25. So 1, and I'm going to do contact coils, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so let's see if we can get a look at this. And it wants to spring back, so I'm going to do like this to kind of just and pull on it and just kind of really. And it's going to be this way. I really should have been torching this first, but I did not have. I left my torch at home, guys, and I'm at the shop. So, at any rate, so let's see if you can get a look at this. There it is right there. Let's see if I put it over here. Can I get it to focus on it? Oh. I'm going to need a better camera to do this. Well, you can kind of see there. Wow, I can't believe I can't get that to focus better. Alright, well, anyways, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to clip this. One lead longer than the other lead. And that's so that I don't have to try and put both leads in at the same time. Okay, so we'll set that over there. Now I'm going to do the same thing again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm keeping nice tension when I wrap this. 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to actually go up like this, hoping that it'll kind of, yeah, just to really kind of wrench it on there. Okay, now I have this loop on the end from where I grabbed it with my pliers there, so I'm going to take that off. And that's going to be my longer lead. Boy, I need some new tools, guys. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and install these coils here. Alright. I'm having trouble getting that one lead through. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not going to worry about the orientation of this coil right now. I'm just going to tighten down the screws, and then I'm going to worry about tweaking them. Although I'm going to tighten this negative post first. I want to leave a little bit of lead so that I can kind of center it over this airflow hole here. Okay. And it's not really cranked down very hard right now. I'm just trying to get an idea of how things are going to go together. I'm going to point this one up so that's easy to clip later. Grab my other coil that I have here. Now normally we would keep these on the screwdriver, but they're staying put enough, and I'm going to have to tweak them anyways. I'm just doing it like this for now. Okay, so got a little bit, I need a little bit more lead on that other one, I think. So let's go ahead and tighten this one down, and they're going to get all crazy. They're looking crazy as hell right now. Lighting in here is not ideal for this. So yeah, I think I need a little bit more lead on this other one. I'm going to back this screw out a little bit, and I'm going to pull this out just a hair. And I'm going to hold it there with that screwdriver so it doesn't want to spring back in, and then... Okay, that's better. Okay, now, these things are crazy looking. So now I'm going to do the center post. And I'm just going to guess where, they're all over the place. So that's just going to be the way it is. Now I'm going to try, before I trim these leads, well, I think I'm okay to trim this one because I think I have enough room on the other side. Trim that one. And I think I'm going to go ahead and trim this one because I think I'm good there. I won't have to make any adjustments, hopefully. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and trim them all. I think I can make any adjustments I need to where the screws are without having to move the wire in and out of those posts again. Okay. So, now, what I'm going to do is, first, I'm going to turn the temperature way down. Matter of fact, this is a Cupor Mini, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in power mode. Okay, I'm going to turn this all the way down to like 6 watts. Okay, because you can't pulse this wire like you would Kanthal, but I'm going to do it at about 6 watts to see if I can get these kind of pinched and tuned, okay? So, let me see what happens here. Firing. Oh, new coil up, same down. New coil up. So I'm hitting a 0.16. Alright, that's a good... I was hoping to hit a little higher. So maybe 1 or 2 less wraps would have done that for me. Oh, I'm touching the post here. Let's see what we got. Fire them. They're heating up. They're not glowing. Let's go up to 7 watts. I know they're heating up. We're not glowing yet. Turning up a little bit more than I thought I would have to. I'd like to see them glow. All right, I'm not getting a glow. But I am seeing some oxidization happening here. There's some coloration, some discoloration happening there. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to twist this one a little bit. And I'm going to try and pull this one over a little bit, very gently with these pliers. Kind of pull that over a little. Okay. Just want it to be over that air hole. And I think just have to be really careful here with these. I don't think I've got a good connection on this one. Gentle, gentle. I'm starting to see some. There we go. They're glowing slightly. I just want to shape them. I don't need them to be, you know, glowing hot like I would do the Kanthal. I'm just looking to get them into place. And in order to do that, I've got to heat them up a little bit. This doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not going to obsess over it. But I do need to get them hot so that when I crimp them a little bit, they stay where I put them. Focus is like not happening. There we go. 20 watts is giving me some results. So I'm doing this at 20 watts. I don't know if I would advise doing this at 20 watts on any other device, but this is just, and I went slowly up the wattage scale until I saw what I wanted. So I didn't just go right to 20 watts and start to pulse my coils. So I think that for now I'm happy with this. This is not perfect, but I'm just wanting to see, you know, the results I'm going to get. from this build. And it's really taking a long time to heat up. But I think I've got a good orientation on these. It's not perfect, but it's going to work. Okay, so now I'm going to take some cotton and I'm going to wick it. And you want to make sure your coils cool down a considerable amount when you're doing this. You don't want that cotton to be burnt, just like with Kanthal. But before we even do anything else, I want to make sure it's cooled down a little. So we want some resistance in here. I twist with my right and pull with my left. I'm covering up the whole thing. You gotta have some cotton in there, because otherwise, if you don't have enough cotton, then your coils will be too dry, and then the temperature will be limited too early. And that we don't want to do. And this is, you know, I could spend more time fluffing the cotton out and stuff like that and making sure that it's perfectly even on both sides and all that stuff, but this is for example and test purposes, so I'm going to do a kind of quick job, although it looks pretty good, I think. Okay. Let's get this one in here. Okay. Here's this. And trim this side. Okay. All right. Now, don't do this. I advise not to touch your coils with your bare skin, but it's been sitting long enough that I think I just want to check and see if they were still warm, because now I'm going to put this device into temp mode, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in nickel or titanium mode, and I am. Okay, I've got it set to hard. That's just this device's settings, but I do have a titanium mode here. You know, if you have an IPv4, you have an IPv3 Li, or you have an SX Mini, M class, you know, or you have, you know, the updated version of the Snow Wolf. Those are all devices that will support titanium builds, and know how to measure the temperature properly via resistance changes. Okay. Okay, so we got some juice. Let's see here. Oh, you know what I got to do is I think I have to go in here back to power mode, and I have to make sure that my wattage is up. I'm not sure about that yet, but I know that on the M80 with the temperature control that did not work, you definitely had to have that wattage up. Okay, so let's go 450 degrees and see what happens here. Here we go. Moment of truth. Temperature protected. Not sure why that is. Let's take it off. going to say, I'm going to hit it. It's going to say no atomizer. I'm just blowing on the coils. Again, make sure they're cooled down. Screw it back on. New coil up, same down, new coil. Oh, 0.26 it says. Alright, I'm going to get this cooled down and come back. Okay guys, it says 0.24, and that's the lowest I've been able to get it to go. You know, I don't know why it said 0.16 in wattage mode, and maybe that's why I had to turn the wattage up so high. But let's see what happens now if we fire it. There we go. So for some reason it had the resistance set incorrectly in wattage mode. So when I switched over to temp mode, the resistance changed, and I'm not really sure why that is. But what I do know is that let's go ahead and see how she vapes. Okay, I really got to work out this camera thing, guys. But I wanted to be able to give you guys the right view while I was building without having to edit the whole thing together. So I don't know if you can see me that well or not, but we're going to try and take a vape. It's not too bad. I'd say at 450 I'm getting similar results as what I got around 550 yesterday. That other coil build that I had, it's vaping pretty good. Let's turn it up. 520. Yeah, the flavor's good. The vapor production seems to be pretty good. I think I like it. There's 550. 550 is nice. No burnt hits. Vapor production is good. Flavor's good. So there it is. 0.24, 550 degrees, titanium, dual twisted 30 gauge, 7 rats. Start to finish, Francis Vapes here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you later.